Hello friends, welcome to SATI Learning Unlock Possibilities. Today we will go through on cloud migration planning and roadmap session. Let's see what is cloud migration. Cloud migration is the process of moving digital business operation into the cloud. Cloud migration is sort of like a physical move, except it involves more moving data, applications and IT processes from some data center, that is like on-premises data center, to other data center which is running in cloud, instead of packing up and moving physical goods. Much like a move from a smaller office to larger one. So you are working within one geographical location. From one geographical location to the entire world, you are going bigger actually. Cloud migration requires quite a lot of preparation and advanced work, but usually it's end up worth the effort, resulting in cost saving and greater flexibility. Most often, cloud migration describes the move from on-premises or legacy infrastructure to the cloud. So from on-premises, we are using internet and we are moving to cloud. What are the migration challenges we will be facing when we are moving from legacy or on-premises to cloud? There is no single cloud migration process that works for every organization. This is very important. This phrase you need to remember from starting to the end of the session. But the main implementation strategies are similar for all organizations and industries. First, we need to define your strategy and make a plan and ready your organization, including the training, and adapt to the cloud that govern and manage your environment. So let's see what are the top challenges we will be facing. Lack of discovery tools and processes. So there is a lot of tools are available how to migrate from on-premises to cloud. So discovering those kind of tools and utilizing that will be the challenge actually. Lack of application context and information. It's in both on-premises and cloud. So as the on-premises infrastructure has been used for decades, so the lack of entire context and information we don't have actually. Inaccurate on-premise data center cost and expenses. So as when we are taking the enterprise, so each data center and each department will be working on separately actually. So that's why we can't able to consolidate entire on-premises data center cost and expenses actually. Lack of detail and scope with respect to operating model, governance, risk, compliance, security and software licensing for the on-premises data center. And we will be facing a challenge when we are migrating large database from on-premise to cloud. And continued operation. So how we will continue the operation once during the migration or once the migration is complete, that will be a key challenge. Let's see what are the benefits of migrating to the cloud. Scalability. Scale up to support larger workloads and greater number of users far more earlier than on-premises infrastructure. So it's very easy to increase the workload and increase the users actually. Cost. Companies that move to the cloud often vastly reduce the amount they spent on IT operation. So in the end, after 2-3 years of moving to cloud, you can see the feel of the cost benefit. Performance. Moving to the cloud can enable them to improve performance and reducing latency. Flexibility. Access from anywhere. But one challenge is you need to have the internet when you want to access the cloud from anywhere. Let's see what are the important steps in migration planning. First, we need to make a plan, and we need to do the assessment. Second, we need to identify the migration tools for migrating to cloud, and consulting partners. So as an infrastructure company, so we can't migrate from on-premise to cloud, so we need to tie up with some consulting partners. We need to plan for internal training for the users and set up the environments and lease penalties. So as we have tied up with some partners for on-premises data center and software, so other IT operations, so we need to break up their leases, actually contract, so we need to pay some penalty for that. So let's see what are the application migration methodology. So it's divided into 3 phases: plan, migrate and run. So plan means for as a manager, how you are planning the migration as a team, and the second one, do the groundwork. Third one, how we are running the cloud after the production implementation, actually. So each phase having a 2 phase migration strategies. One is in the plan we have strategy and design. In migrate we have migrate and transition. In run we have operations and improvement. So in strategy, in high levels, we will see what are the activities we will be taking care. One is assessment. So assessment is as per mentioned in the previous slides, what are the challenges and what are the benefits. We need to do the assessment, actually, and the goal. So what is the goal for our migration, and prioritization. So what are the critical applications, so what are the business important applications, like that we need to do a prioritization and plan for phase by phase cloud migration also. And data requirements, RDBMS. Business logic. So what are the business logic? So for example, we have 2 systems running for satisfying one business logic. So better to move both the business software to the cloud in a single search, actually. Next one is infrastructure dependencies. So what are the infrastructure dependencies within the applications? Design. So we need to plan, convert the strategy into the plan, and create a effort estimation and network design. That is very important. Core infrastructure security, then risk assessment, and on-premise infrastructure assessment. Then we will go to the migration stage. It has 2 sub stages. First one is migrate and then transition. So migrate and deploy the infrastructure and application to the cloud, and we will do the functional validation, and we will do the pilot testing and transition support, release management, cutover and decommissioning. Cutover is setting the deadline for a legacy system for the last transaction, and decommissioning to the cloud. So switching over all the users from on-premises to cloud, actually. In the run phase, this is post migration. So it has seen 2 sub strategies: operations and improvements. So staffing the training, so you can recruit the new employees, or whatever legacy system IT operation employees you have, you can do the self training and monitor the cloud and do the incident management and provisioning. In improvement, optimization and continuous integration and continuous deployment, that is DevOps actually. So let's see like how to do the step-by-step migration process for the cloud actually. So this is the continuation from the previous slide. We need to define the purpose for migration. So we need to define why we want to do the migration from on-premise to cloud. So are we moving from geographical location to worldwide, or like do we need to save the cost, and do we need to challenges, what are the challenges we are facing the on-premises IT management that we need to cut short. So like that, like we need to make the plan for purpose for the migration actually, and evaluate your migration cost and needs. So what is the migration cost we will be spending per year, and how we manage that. Assess the environment and applications. So we need to assess the IT infrastructure and applications. So what will be the challenges or changes we need to make in applications that will continuously running in cloud. For example, like batch jobs. Choose cloud environment, single or multi-cloud. So are you using only AWS or Azure, or you are using AWS and Azure both together, so or Google. So that kind of strategy we need to make. Determine deployment model. So IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So I have provided one video on introduction to cloud computing. There I have explained all these concepts, so you can go through that video actually. And choose a strong cloud partner. So cloud partner is the agency or company. They will work for the infrastructure company for moving from on-premises to cloud actually. And choose right architecture, and prioritize migration components. So we need to prioritize based on business complexity and business needs and the importance of the application. And establish performance baselines. Create a robust data migration plan. So we will be running the migration in Agile actually. And migrate applications. Review applications, databases and required components. Transfer domain and IPs to application. So whatever domain we registered www, so we need to configure in the cloud. And test applications, databases and required components before we are doing the cutover and go on live. So we need to do the testing, and we need to ensure there is no issues in the migration, and conduct security testing to ensure no vulnerability exists. This is very important for the business critical application and enterprise application and online payment applications. So this is very important. Let's see like what are the stages of your migration journey. So first we need to define the strategy as discussed. Before migration, organization change management is the key. Like organization need to adapt to the cloud actually, that is very important. So without getting the confirmation and agreement from the organization, it's very difficult to move from on-premises to cloud. Then create the plan, and then we will be running the Scrum actually. So organization will be ready for the cloud, and it will be adapt to the cloud, and it will manage and govern. So this process will continue as an increment. So for example, like if we have 20 applications, for example like HR application, payment application, invoice application, and integration with the third party application, and the reporting application. So like we can call it as A to Z actually. So we can do the migration one by one in the Scrum. Let's see like what are the stages of migration journey. So I'm just briefing about each stages, what are the activities we'll be performing. So define your strategy. So decide on migration or modernization approach. So we need to do the three important considerations. Migration triggers, why migration is triggered, so what are our business goals, and workload priorities. So based on workload priorities only, we will move the application one by one. Involve key stakeholders to create a cloud migration center of excellence. So we need to create a team, and they will run the entire cloud migration actually. And engage a cloud migration partner. This we have already discussed, like we need to work along with one cloud migration partner, so they have excellence in and experience in cloud migration, so that will reduce the risk actually. Then these are all like steps before the cloud migration. So we need to plan our migration, we need to assess our applications, database and infrastructures, and we need to calculate the total cost of ownership, TCO, to make sure all the business cases included for the migration. Build a holistic migration plan. So as a entire organization, we need to create a migration plan actually. So during the migration, we need to build cloud skills. So whatever the IT and development teams we have, so they need to speed up their learning curves for the cloud technology, and we can recruit new cloud architect and developers and DevOps engineers for the cloud migration. Set up a landing zone for our workloads. Includes networking, identity management, security. Like identity management is like accessing the applications via cloud. So during the migration, we need to adapt to the client. Like this is like cut over and go on live actually, and we need to choose IaaS, SaaS or PaaS services. So the next one is, after the migration, we need to secure and manage our workloads. So we need to quickly detect and respond to the issues and performance related problems we are facing. So all security related issues. So we need to work on it actually, and use a single control plan to simplify the management. So like we need to create a team to manage our workload after the implementation. The next one is govern and cost optimize. So like on day by day basis, like we need to reduce the cost saving on using the cloud actually. For example, like we can do the DevOps. Next one is very important one. So like there are 6 different application strategies present for cloud migration. We need to choose any one of these actually. So the first one is rehosting, so which is drawn in blue and gray color. So like taking the entire application and doing the manual installation and manual deployment, validation and transition to the production, that is the cloud actually. And second one is replatforming. So we need to determine new platform and modify the applications to adapt to the cloud and validate transition and production. And repurchasing, so whatever application we are using, so we will read out of that and we will purchase new software for example like Salesforce in cloud, or like SAP in cloud. So like all kind of applications are there in the cloud. Actually we can purchase that, repurchase that, and install it actually. So the next one is refactoring. Refactoring is the re-architecture of the legacy application. So if the legacy applications are created in a decade back, so we need to do the architecture change to adapt to the cloud actually. So the next one is retain, and it means like we are not moving from the moving to the cloud, and retire and decommissioning. So retire the existing applications. So this is the link I have taken from internet. So let's see like one by one. Rehost. Yeah, rehost simply means taking the entire application from its old infrastructure and moving to the cloud. Simply doing the copy and paste actually. That's why it's called as lift and shift. Replatforming. Replatforming involves moving a company's assets to the cloud with a little upversion. So we are making small changes in the on-premises applications and infrastructure and adapting to the cloud actually. Repurchasing. Repurchasing can be the simplest, fastest, and least risk method of running applications in the cloud. An organization can eliminate a lot of migration effort and cloud setup by directly consuming the applications via cloud market. So yes, the applications are already there in cloud as a SaaS application, so we can directly purchase the new software in the cloud, and we can do only the data migration and for existing data and start using the new application and migrating the users. Actually, it is the very fast and simplest way for cloud migration. Refactoring. Refactoring is the process of running your application on the infrastructure of your cloud provider. That is, you will need to completely re-architecture. So this is like complete re-architecture of our applications for better suitability into new cloud environment actually. So this will be very additional cost. And replace. Retire the on-premises application and replace with the new cloud native application. So like entirely replacing the on-premises application to the cloud. Retain. So retain. Migration to the cloud doesn't have to always mean out the old and in the new actually. So we will retain the applications in the on-premises itself. So this is the chart I have provided here. So time to migrate and cost, effort, and skills actually. So the repurchase is the very easy and it will take less cost. We can do a fast cloud migration. Rehost, replatform, and refactor. Refactor is the most time to consume to the cloud migration, and it will take most cost, effort, and skills. Cloud migration tools. So there are a lot of cloud migration tools provided by the cloud provider AWS, Azure, and Google, and plus there are lot of third-party applications are available. So just I have provided the details here. First one is AWS migration services. So it's quickly and securely migrate databases to AWS. So and also like it provide a lot of tools for moving the application actually. And Azure migration tools, it's very flexible, and we can do end-to-end tracking of our database and server migration. The third one is Carbonite Migrate. So this is the third-party application. So AWS is staying first in the market. The second one is Azure. Third one is Google. So the Google also purchased the startup company, and we can use that for Google. So if you are using for the Google from on-premise to cloud migration actually. And VMware is the third party application. So choosing this tool is very important for successful migration. So we can save the time, cost and effort. So as I have mentioned earlier, so why we can't provide a 100% plan or estimate or strategy for a migration actually. That is like providing the template which will be suitable for all the organization and to adapt to the cloud actually. Because there are lot of cloud providers are available. Leading are like AWS, Azure and Google. So based on that it will change. Then type of computing. So are you going for a public cloud or private cloud or hybrid cloud? The third one is modes of service, IaaS, PaaS or SaaS service. Then right fit, like are you going for a only AWS or multi-cloud? You are going for AWS and Azure both are phased manner. So if you are having 10 different application, so are you going to cloud migration in a single fetch or phase by phase or incremental way actually. Then strategy, what kind of strategy you are choosing, like simply migrating on premises to the cloud, or like you are doing the re-architecture, or you are purchasing the application from cloud and not using the on-premise actually. So based on that strategy it will change. Then what are the migration tools you are going to use, AWS, Azure or third party, and the partners. So who are the partners, cloud migration partners you are working with? For example, Infosys or Wipro or CTS or any other specialist who are in cloud migration alone. So there are n number of factors that will define your migration estimation actually and planning. The next one is create cloud migration plan. So like this is like a simple as per the Scrum. We need to create the epic, future, user stories and task. So we need to create the portfolio backlog. So for example, like we are having a HR application and email application and infrastructure related applications. So based on that, like we need to create a portfolio backlog actually. So the next one is test strategies we need to make and code review, feedback. So like this, like we need to create the all the verticals and horizontals. So the next one is plan and track work with Scrum. So define stories and requirements. So yes, you are a manager and already have experience in Scrum project, so it will be easy for you. So we need to define the stories and requirements, create your product backlog, sprint backlog, and prioritize the backlog and estimate the work, assign the work, and create the epic. And group the backlog items and plan for release management, production implementation, cutover, and bug actually, like managing bug and resolving the bug to make sure like smooth running of the business, and manage the issues, tracking the issues and queries from the end users. So yes, they are new to the cloud. And this is the plan for running the agile actually. So first we need to create a sprint plan. So we will have a 2-week sprint, that is 10 working days plus 2 days for lessons learned and solving the problems actually. And we need to select the backlog and prepare the migration task and drop the process and run the migration. And in the part of that, like test the migration and cut over the workload, and we are moving from phase by phase, each application we are migrating, and so test the application and verify in UAT and do the regression testing, and also like you can do the integration with testing. And so the next one is operation and optimization, ongoing operations, and how it's operation and modernization, load balancing, and configuration with www. So all these operation activities we need to manage actually, and improve lessons learned, and improve the migration process, and automate and scale, so that like in next Scrum we will not get the same problem again and again. So this is the sample plan for one sprint actually. So 2-week sprint, application owner meeting, and verify the VPC, virtual private cloud, and review the existing this one, and architecture design. And so it will go like that actually. Okay, so you can pause this video and go through that. And the next one is like cost. So the cost is very important. So when we are getting only the cost benefit, then only we go for cloud migration. So it's important for us to understand the on-premises cost, server cost, storage cost, network cost, labor cost, overhead cost. So all these costs we need to plan actually. And we need to see the cost constraints from existing to the cloud. So majorly it's divided into third-party constraints, cloud cost, labor cost before and after cloud migration, and change management. So how we are, what are the changes we need to do for cloud computing actually. Mainly important OS licensings in the cloud. So this is the example provided for 3 years. So what are the on-premises costs planned for, or like spent for on-premises data center maintenance, and what will be the cloud cost we will be spending for next 3 years, and what is our overall savings in the cloud actually. So this is very important. So we need to prepare this chart and provide to the organization and get their approval. So and also like we need to create a cloud migration checklist as a manager, and we need to run and check that we are on track. So as migration goes on, establish the migration architect role. So like we need to create a architect role and choose your level of cloud integration, and choose a single cloud or multi-cloud, establish cloud KPIs, establish performance baselines, prioritize migration components, perform any necessary refactoring, create data migration plan. This is very important, and switch over to the production, and review application resource allocation. These are the migration checklist we need to use. The last one is like creating the migration KPI, key performance indicators, user experience, page load time. So on premises and cloud, what is the improvement in page load, and is there any lag, and what is the response time, and how the session is managed. So what are the error rates? Is the error rates keep on increasing or reducing? What is the throughput? Availability 24/7. So what are the outages we have faced last 3 years in the on premises? So what are the outages faced in the particular cloud which impacted the 24/7 availability of the applications? So how the CPU usage in our premises? So how will be the usage of CPUs in the cloud? So how if the what percentage of CPU utilization we need to increase the virtual machines actually. For example, we can configure in cloud. So if the CPU resource usage is crossing the 80%, increase the virtual machines and do the load balancing for 2 more machines. So it will create 2 more machines. Instead of running 2 machines, it will run the 4 machines. So when the CPU utilization is less than 50%, then it will come back again to 2 CPUs. So like that we can create a infrastructure in the cloud, and disk performance, memory usage, network throughput. So all these factors we need to create a KPI and we need to monitor. So that's it from cloud migration plan and roadmap. So it's based on my experience. Hope this you like this video, and please subscribe my channel and like and share with your friends.